So about like a week and a half ago, I made a video, kind of popped off. Hate to, toot my own horn. It did pretty good for me. It was called "The NFL Has Issues," and a few days after that, the NBA started having issues. So many issues, I thought I'll make a sequel to the last video, but make this on the NBA. But this video is kind of more focused on stars and the company itself, because in the last video I talked about how money and just bad choices on the NFL's part is kind of bringing the company down a little bit. Not completely, because it's still huge and it'll never not be big, but it's kind of like tarnishes its image a little bit. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about NBA stars in particular. One super old and two that are still recent and actively playing in the league. One in particular who's wreaking havoc in Charlotte. LaMelo Ball drives like it's his first day behind the wheel in driving class. He looks like SpongeBob taking his driving test in boating school. He's out there terrorizing Charlotte like he's a member of the Sinister Six. It's terrible. I've seen TikTok videos saying, "Oh Lord, LaMelo's back on the road. Stay safe, everyone." It's an actual problem. How do you let such a fucking threat stay on the roads, bro? He's a fucking supervillain, bro. He's terrorizing Charlotte. Someone get this man off the road. We need Batman, bro. So that's the video right there, and honestly, it looks like a fucking hit to me. Like, how do you let this happen? He swerved right into the other lane to hit this person, bro, and sent one of his wheels to Valhalla while he was at it. I don't know how the fuck this happens. The only thing I can really think of was he was driving and being on his phone, which you should never do. Or his ass is just actually such a bad driver, he forgot how his steering wheel worked. Honestly, both options are pretty, like, plausible. Like, who knows? That dude really could just be that bad at driving. Now, this is technically his first crash, but he has had a lot of close calls, and he's also drives like a maniac. Like, I've seen clips of him driving in Charlotte, and it's a scary sight. So I really don't know why he has a license to begin with. I feel like someone may have probably passed him because he's LeVar's son, and LeVar's, like a super famous personality. Like, that dude's been everywhere, from WWE.
There's only two dudes better than me, and I'm both of them.
To like fucking Stephen A. Smith's show on ESPN.
Who did you think was the best? Kobe or LeBron? Who did you think was the best? Guess what the story is now? Who's better, LeVar or Michael Jordan? I think about no damn LeVar. Yes, they are.
And so that dude's fucking everywhere. So I'm willing to bet that he got his license because of his dad, because this dude cannot fucking drive. LaMelo has been like memed to death the past month and a half because of that zesty ass video he took where he was like, "Oh my god," when he was like shooting, you know what I'm talking about, with like his jersey tucked up, and now he's like fucking a maniac on the road like he's living in Saints Row. It's fucking nuts. But anyway, it's time to move on to the way bigger situation, and that's the KD files. The way I'm saying it makes it sound like it's like a Call of Duty Easter egg or some shit. No, this is Kevin Durant's files. He had a burner account on Twitter and was saying some of the craziest shit I've ever seen about his teammates. So I'm just gonna read a few of his tweets right now. So this one is about Jabari, and he says, "I can't trust Jabari to make a fucking shot or get a stop. Just don't give him a tech. FTTBH. He's low-key." So we're starting off strong here. He's calling Jabari, his current teammate, which is low-key kind of an amazing way to start off all these files from the big fucking bombshell that is Kevin Durant being a huge snake. So now we're gonna talk about Devin Booker. Now, I love D-Book a lot. He's one of my favorite NBA players. It goes like Steph, D-Book, Trae Young, and then like probably Draymond Green. So hearing him kind of slander D-Book like this hurts me a little bit. So I'll give a little context. It says, "Life with Devin Booker and Vogel," and Kevin Durant responded with, "Two dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. The Suns are my team when we lose and Book's team when we win." Okay, that is fucking crazy. He just compared Devin Booker to Mussolini, Kim Jong-un, Hitler, and Stalin. Now, I know Vogel is involved in there too. If you don't know who that is, it's Frank Vogel, the coach of the Suns for a little bit. So if we're going in the order of D-Book and then Vogel, D-Book's being compared to Mussolini and Stalin, and Vogel's being compared to fucking Hitler. Like, Kim Jong-un, like, he's there, but you're comparing your head coach to fucking Hitler. Now, I didn't really have too much to say about Chris Paul, or at least I'm hoping it's Chris Paul. All he said was CP really ain't it. Now that could be interpreted in two very different ways, depending on the type of person you are. I think he's talking about Chris Paul. If not, I think he needs to have his hard drive checked thoroughly. Honestly, I'd say that's kind of more disrespectful. Like he called fucking D-Book Hitler, and all Chris Paul got was, yeah, he really ain't all that, bro. That's hella disrespectful, bro. So this next one's also about a recent player, and it's Şengün, and Kevin Durant had to say this about his current teammate, who's also still super young. I'm gonna turn the ball over with this shitty ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. He's saying that about someone that's still new to the league. Şengün is still so fucking new, and Kevin Durant's over here flaming him for not knowing how to shoot. And he called Jabari Smith a retard. Bro, lock the fuck in. You are 40 almost. What are you doing? Get off Twitter. I know Kevin Durant is like notorious for living on Twitter and rage baiting people, but at a certain age, you gotta just stop and hoop, bro. Like Şengün and Jabari Smith, they're both like 23, I think, and Kevin Durant's over here saying they fucking suck and that they're retards, basically. The 40-year-old man. And literally no one was safe. Even my glorious king Stephen Curry also got a little shout out in the KD files, and Kevin Durant said, I started holding Steph accountable in film and people looked at me like this. And it's like some fucking pog face or some shit. I don't know what that is. Like I said, brother, please lock the fuck in. You are a grown man. Your job is to play basketball and you're on Twitter fucking flaming people. Stephen Curry in particular is crazy because that dude got you your only 2 rings. He also talked about Trae Young, so he got all 3 of my favorite players in there. He basically just said his breath stinks. He told like someone to get Trae Young some breath mints and like a toothbrush before the game started or some shit. So he's just not a nice guy. He's kind of a bit of a snake. He talks about his teammates like they're scumbags. You know who I think should pay them a visit? The NFL's very own kindness chief, because he is like notoriously great about like getting people to be kind and stuff. I mean, like, did you see his work in the Super Bowl? He was outstanding. There wasn't a single fight. That's all I really have to talk about with the KD files. So we're gonna move on to a very insane topic involving a NBA legend. I'm sure you might have heard of him. His name is Michael Jordan. Now, there have been a lot of people questioning a certain action that Michael Jordan did after someone he knew won the Daytona 500. Now, I'm not into cars and I'm not really looking into like who actually won it. I'm pretty sure it was the driver's son. And Michael Jordan did this. Now, there have been people trying to say that he was like brushing ice cubes off this kid's back. Not a single fucking ice cube fell off his back, man. Not a single one. Jordan was grabbing cheeks, all right? Like, I hate to break it to you, your GOAT was grabbing cheeks. My GOAT, Steph Curry, would never do that. But, you know, I think Stephen A. Smith was like, yeah, he's known this kid forever. It's basically like his kid. He loves this kid, man. Like, I don't think he could ever do something to harm this kid. Even so, if it was meant in an innocent manner, that still doesn't look good. He's touching a kid's ass. This dude's like 68. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, if you didn't know that's his middle name, Jeffrey, pretty funny stuff, huh? It has nothing to do with anything. His middle name being Jeffries. I'm just being a dick. But anyway, I think it's weird. No matter what, even if that is the case, he's known this kid forever. He would never actually harm this child. In what world is it okay for any adult ever to do something like that to a kid? That was a very strange act for an adult man to be doing on a little boy. Plain and simple. It could have been meant innocently. I'm hoping it was. Maybe he just didn't understand. But this dude's been doing this shit since the 90s. There's a video of him, like, this kid's dribbling and he's like fucking, like, playing with his cheeks like it's a fucking Nicki Minaj music video. I don't know. It's just weird. to me at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one for thinking touching a little boy's ass is kind of strange. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, and yeah, sub if you want to. I don't care.
Straight, you know, I'm just keeping my foot on the pedestal.
Now all the bad bitches from Clubhouse are inquiring about my income from TikTok. I damn Bam kept it chill downtown. I didn't want to have to let him make his blick pop. I didn't want
Hey,
him to do
go
it,
stream
man.
that no water, little raw, nigga, if I had to make my glizzy raw.
I used to have hoop dreams until I